Hey y'all, welcome back with the
Thunder Sisters. I'm Rena.
And I'm Rochelle.
And hey, we're back on the porch, so I guess we got something to talk about.
Always something to talk about.
Jesus, Jesus, you are the God who's freed us.
All right, y'all. We have got a show for you today.
Yep, we're going to dive into the new school news that is happening now. And we are going to dive into the response that we got back from our last video that we posted yesterday. We've been having some technical difficulties.
Yes, we have. And I think that we are going to end up having to update some of our systems we're working with to edit our videos and different things. So we apologize for the last 2 weeks has been a struggle. And then a friend of ours reported back that one of our videos have a small blackout clip in it. I don't know what happened. So I don't know if that's on one of our reels or in our actual video itself. Once you've edited them so many times, you kind of go blind to some things. So
Editing flaws,
for sure. And then there was a lot of information we wanted to get into that second video, like put in actual document pictures, but it was a struggle, y'all. And so the document pictures didn't get in there, but we have something for y'all. We finally got our documents, all the consolidation paperwork uploaded into one location. And if you want that information, message us and we can email it to you. We can send it to you in Messenger. That seems to be working. We tested that. And those are two ways that you can get those documents, those consolidation documents, because public knowledge should be public knowledge.
And
we are not gatekeeping.
And we are going to try a few things to try to bring it to you guys. But it will be exclusively on our YouTube. If we can get it up. It will be exclusively on our YouTube, Porch Talks Thunder Sisters. So you guys will have to go there to look at it and read over it.
Yeah, so one thing Rochelle is going to do, she's going to put it in a video. So I imagine she's just going to put up the slides of the documents that you can pause and read yourself, take screenshots, whatever you want to do. Or you can message us directly and get the link that we have that you are able to view the documents that way as well. So
with that being said, let's dive into the Mountain View Birch Tree Future Projects Community Survey. So that's our school news that has recently been posted and that they need your feedback on.
Yeah, and this is something that we've been pushing for is communication. And we know that our friend Miss Irma, she is a part of the
Eagle Pack team.
And so she gets to go into, she's a part of the selective group that gets to go into meetings, that gets to give feedback to our superintendent and the people. I don't know who all she talks to, but anyway, she talks to them and basically like they get to hear feedback from the community and from parents, and it's a selective group of people that get to give that feedback. Now, Miss Irma has said numerous times that if any parent has something that they want to bring to their attention, send her a message, send us a message, and we'll relay it back to her so that if you have a concern that needs to be brought up to them, that she will help do that. So anyways, this is something we've been pushing for. Communication 1, 2, for
input.
Yes.
Yeah, we wanted input into some of the decision making that has been going on that community and the parents had no input on.
Now, let's start off by saying this is a good thing. We appreciate this, that we're able to give feedback and input, and we definitely encourage every one of you to do that. So you can go to their Facebook page. They have a link. You just click on the link, put in your email, and then you're able to do the survey. It's simple. It's easy. We're going to go over it with you, give our thoughts and opinions on it. So that's the good thing. The not so good thing is we wish this could be in person, because you feel more heard. And you're able to give dialogue as to why each one of these things are a good thing, or even something that you know that needs to be addressed worse than some of these. So we really hope to see in the future actual in-person dialogue about these things.
Yeah, like meetings and
Not
town halls, right? We've been pushing for that all along. We would really like to be able to have town hall meetings and be able to relay messages in a safe environment. So,
yeah, and it not just be a selective group of people.
yeah, relay concerns all about everything that we have heard and what we have seen. So that's, again, we're never going to stop pushing for that town hall meeting. I mean, we just don't understand why we can't have an annual or maybe a two-part, like twice a year, you know, the first semester and the last semester. I don't know why we can't have some type of dialogue like that. But right now, we're happy at least that they do have this Eagle Pack team, and they are hearing from some of our members in our community that is helping guide them to make some of the decisions. I mean, that is some type of foot in the door.
That's true.
So,
and at least they're seeking our input.
We're giving credit where credit is due. So we are happy that the superintendent and her colleagues have set that all up for us.
Yeah, the school board. Yeah.
So we're giving credit where credit is due.
Right. So let's go over this.
So these are the things in this survey that they want you to vote on. What you think most needs to be done.
Yeah.
It would be your first. And then second
pick, and then third pick.
Yeah. What's your top priorities? So, you know, your priorities, 1 through 3. So the first one is the ag building. Our ag department participation is growing, so we're looking to invest repairs, improvements to existing facilities, and potentially expand to offer more opportunities for our students.
Okay, so which I was an ag, and I do think that
that building has not been updated for a long time.
Yeah, I do think that is a good thing to put our money into, the ag building and the ag program, and that's definitely deserved and needed. So.
Yeah, I mean, and my daughter is an ag, so I really think that their funding is lacking. So it would be a very good thing for them to get a new building.
Yeah.
The next one is interior door replacement. Some buildings have original equipment doors that we would like to replace for safety and security reasons.
So down below it says, like, this is in all the buildings they're wanting to do this, which, I mean...
That's a pretty good one, too.
That's a good one, but on the grand scale of things, you know, it's like, is that the most important thing that needs to happen?
The safety and security reasons, you know, we love that.
Yeah,
we are all about that, especially with, you know, this day and age. Everyone knows what goes on in this day and age. Everyone knows that we want our kids safe. But they have updated systems and locks, and they have put things in place now that help our kids stay safe. So it's up to you whether you think that is, you know, what we need right now, or if something else over this takes precedence.
Yep.
Again, first and foremost, kids' safety is top priority. So,
Yeah.
there's that. The next one would be the staff daycare. In-district free of charge daycare for staff members, which is a growing trend and a great employee recruitment and retention tool. And we don't disagree. That is a very great tool, and there is other districts that have moved towards that to help with the teachers' needs, to where their children is taken care of and on site, right? That's important, I think, for some people to have that type of daycare situation. But when you're putting it into perspective with all this other stuff that needs to be done, it's hard to vote on that unless you're a teacher yourself. If you're a teacher yourself and you're in need of daycare, you're going to vote for that because you need it right now. But I don't know, as a whole picture, I don't know if
That's a top priority issue
Yeah.
for the district, right? As a whole.
Yeah. Like I said, I am all for that, but putting it into this survey, which is more about door replacements and
Upgrades of the grounds and the buildings, you know what I mean? That's not really a fair thing to put into that.
that's what I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I think that, that should have been a whole separate thing on its own.
Yeah.
Because
it says projects.
yeah. And that, yeah.
If they want to allocate funds for that, sure, allocate funds for that. But you're talking about projects here, and that
Like I said, it's just not a fair thing. It's not.
yeah, because there's other things that really require a lot of attention.
Yeah, and again, we're not against that. We're very much not against that. Someone was telling me that they were doing that in Winona, and I thought, wow, that's a great program for our teachers and for people that work there, that they wouldn't have to worry about their children, that they're there on site with them.
But
So-
that's a whole budget thing that they would have to work up. And so another thing with this is why this would be also good to have an in-person thing and to be able to see how much each one of these projects would cost. How much are you going to have to allocate to pay somebody to come in and run a daycare center? Is that going to cost licenses? Is that going to cost,
Yeah, because
you're
it's a free
going
of
to have
charge
to have
daycare. So
yeah, you're going to have for the staff, but we're paying for the people watching the children. So it's free of charge to the staff, which is wonderful. But it's not free of charge. We're having to allocate funds for that.
all of a sudden.
Yeah. So anyways, I would like to see how, know how many kids, are going to have to utilize that. And then how many staff members are going to have to be hired to be able to watch the children. And then to know, salaries and what they're paying. We should get to know those things.
Yeah, so like I said, this I think this one is just kind of a hard subject to put into this category.
Yeah, and ultimately you're going to feel for the teachers, so you're going to be like, well, like morally you should want to vote for that. But you know, like, so it's not really fair to put that into this category, I feel like.
Yeah, but again, there are some other issues on here that we think could very much take precedence over these type of things, because they're issues within the school.
Yeah.
The projects within the school. That's why I say this, I just don't think that belongs on this survey.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next one.
The next one is the band practice area. This would be dirt work to level an area northwest of LHS in the currently unoccupied but secured area of the LHS campus for our band students to access easily for practice.
So when I was in school, it used to be in that down middle school part that has since.
No, they still use that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think they still use it.
They still use it, but I think it's, they're wanting a different area, a bigger area.
Because it's not a very big room.
No, it never had, it's always been very cramped in that room. So that's a good one as well. But again,
and they're literally down in the area that is deemed unsafe in the middle school area. I mean, I know it's mostly this hall versus this hall, you know what I mean? But down there on the end, but I mean, they built a whole new building for the middle school, so.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know. I feel like they obviously, if they're growing, they need a bigger space. If they're still in that space, they obviously need a better space. So, I mean, that is a very good one to vote for.
The next one is the Mountain View Elementary Gym's AC. The gym is not currently equipped with air conditioning. So this would be a new addition to help make the gym climate more consistent and enjoyable for staff, students, and patrons to use. So that's pretty important. There is no AC in that gym, and that is where the kids do all their exercising and running, and so I think that's a pretty important one as well. That would be something that our kids, and they hold assemblies in there, and I don't know if you've ever been to one of the assemblies, but they get hot very quickly. So there's that as well. Very important.
Yeah, I mean, I think having AC for the kiddos while they're in there running around and playing basketball and doing those things. Yeah, I mean, I think that's important. AC is important for sure.
Yeah, and assemblies, like all their assemblies, their pep rallies, everything is held in there. So.
I've been in Birch Street Elementary's gym, just sitting in there for plays, and us all crushed in there like sardines, and it is hot.
It is hot. It is very hot. So you sitting in, when you have all those people sitting in that room, it gets very hot quickly.
Very quick, yeah.
So, moving on, a secured entrance key card entry. This would be district-wide and would help secure all campuses. Could be done in phase over a few year period, making it more affordable in a year to a year situation. This would include reinforcing necessary entry areas and then adding security features for key card entry, making all campuses consistent and safe for all staff and students.
I think this one doesn't need to be done right now. I just feel like that's a lot of money that's going to be spent that doesn't need to be spent in that area. And what's the point? Because when you got a principal who has a husband that's a registered sex offender that's going to allow them to come in anyways, what's it matter? You know? So here we are.
And that was said.
And that was said.
So I think that this is a good update in the future. I really do think that that would be a good thing to have in future references. But right now, over that, I would pick the interior door replacement over that.
Yeah, but if you're going to replace the interior doors, are you not going to do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you buy doors that has the keyless or the code entry?
That's 100% true. I mean, if you're going...
Doesn't those things go hand in hand?
They do. They really do go hand in hand, I think, because the interior doors on some of the buildings that connect are outside. So, there's that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just don't feel like that's a top priority, but that's me. Someone else might feel differently.
Okay. I'm gonna let you read these ones because it's there's something here in my throat.
All right, so the next one is replace rock building. At the Mountain View Elementary, this is a very old structure and incurs ongoing expenses due to its age and inability to access the underside of the building for foundational and termite issues. And bear with us, my dog decided it needed to eat. So we have that going on because, you know. I don't know what the structure is. I think it is the remedial building, I think is what it is. So, I mean, if it's rock, it's obviously very old. I remember a rock building being out there, but I don't remember what it was used for.
So, moving on, because I don't know what it's for at all. So, they would have to actually explain a little more, which would be great if it was an in-person thing, because we could ask, like, where the heck is this?
What is it used for?
Is it
Things we want to put money into, we kind of need to know details about.
Is it essential? Like, are they using it now?
Are they not using it?
Yeah, I mean, because if they're using it now and it's got foundational and termite problems, well, then we would say, yeah, heck yeah, it needs to be done. But
if it's just storage.
Yeah, so again, we need some more context to that.
Buy a little storage building, you know?
Yeah, some more context definitely would be great.
All right, so the next thing is athletic complex / walk park. It says, Mr. Hoagland has designed a layout for existing property west of LMS, which is Liberty Middle School, that would include a softball / baseball field for practice and middle school game usage, high school soccer practice, middle school / high school football practices, and a walking trail / cross-country trail for staff, community to utilize, and also make for safer practice area for cross-country runners, plus take the constant traffic off the soccer / football game field in town, thus improving the overall conditions of the soccer field / football field for games.
So I feel like that is a really good thing to have there at LMS. For the LMS students to be able to use, and it sounds like even some of the high school students to be able to use, because it's there, right? So we know, like we've said all along, they're trying to move everything over to there to condense it. I think that that's a good project But again, is it a necessity type of project? I don't know.
I don't think so. And here is why. Because we have a very nice baseball field here in Birch Tree that could be utilized, that is utilized very little. We have Liberty baseball field in Mountain View, and we have 2 community softball fields in Mountain View. So all of those could be utilized for those practices.
That's 100% right.
So I feel like this is like a waste of money. And for one thing, it says, well, for the community to utilize. Well, I'm sorry, but like Birch Tree people walk around our baseball field because it's convenient. Mountain View people go to the football field because it's convenient.
Or the walking park.
Yeah, or the walking park. And so I just feel like that's not going to be utilized very well by the community.
Well, no, because it's out, in between the 2 places. Why would you go there when you have one right there in town?
Yeah.
So
now, do I think it's a good thing for cross country? Sure, I do. But you know what? They have trails at Birch Tree that we run on that our children run on for the turkey trot. And that could be utilized as a cross-country trail. I don't know what all cross-country entails, but it could be. You can improve that and make it better, but, then again, it's in Birch Tree, so.
Yeah, I mean, we have said time and time again, we're not 100% why they don't use our baseball field more, because we have upgraded it and made it so nice. And
our mayor and our park board has really done a phenomenal job upgrading our baseball field and some of the other things in our community. So,
yep.
So we really feel like it should be utilized. And honestly, I mean, majority of our sports things, or I say majority, but all of our sports things are geared towards Mountain View. Golf team, swim team, tennis team, soccer, baseball.
Yeah, we've said that before.
Football, it's all geared towards Mountain View. And yes, we've said this before, but it's worth saying again. And so, it would be nice for the Birch Tree community to be able to get some of that revenue flowing in for people coming into our community.
Yeah, and we do know that sometimes they do utilize our baseball field every now and then for a practice here and there, or if their field is too muddy or anything like that. But yeah, I think we should definitely split it up or something. Because we need revenue too, and if we're having those type of things, it can help boost our revenue and our economy.
Yeah, so
in our towns as well.
I mean, this is a good idea in theory because it is there, and so you wouldn't have to bus kids somewhere and have to, work that schedule out. But there is also, we already have sports things that can be utilized elsewhere.
Yeah. So do we think it's a top priority in this list of things?
In our opinion,
No.
So, okay. So the next one is storm structure. So this is for Birch Tree Elementary. It says this would be a new structure that could provide an additional gym space for students to utilize. Plus could be designed to be a community storm shelter for the city of Birch Tree and surrounding residents. So we are from Birch Tree, so of course we are going to be all over this because our school does not have a gym area. It has a cafeteria / gym area. And every time they have to break down the tables and put the tables up
that we want to use our gym. And
Well, that's a process that happens every day that they have to utilize the gym.
yes,
Yeah.
and for that reason, that is why they built a new gym in the Mountain View area, in the elementary in the Mountain View, because they had to break the tables down and all of that every day, and it's just such a hassle. So for that, we have been pushing for a new gym for BTE.
And our gym is just too small.
It is too
It doesn't
small.
even house all of our family and the community that comes in there
For talent shows, for award ceremonies,
For
for
the music.
graduations.
Yep.
There's always people having to stand around the walls because there's not enough room in our gym.
And, also, like, what was it, this year and last year, our music program for Birch Street Elementary got moved to the middle school. And we understand why that happened because our gym is so small. And like we've already mentioned, it gets very hot in there. And so, I mean,
I think we need this so we can keep things here.
yes.
And because we very much want to keep things here and easy for us to go to. But also the storm
Shelter aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, in Birch Tree, we don't always have somewhere open up that you can go for a community shelter. So like in West Plains, the West Plains School is their FEMA shelter, and they go to the West Plains School. It opens up every time. Any
And
time of the
people
day
do
and
not
night.
have to wonder, is it going to be open? Is it not going to be open? No, if there is storm warnings, it's going to be open.
Yeah, because sometimes the churches do open up here, but sometimes they don't. So you don't know, especially if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and I've had people, because I do the weather on my Facebook page. It's just something I do for our community. And I've had people call down to City Hall, and City Hall be like, I don't know what's open. This place may be open. This place may be open. This church may be open, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
And that's not a good feeling to have if you're...
And with the bad weather that we've experienced the last couple of years, and how close the tornadoes and everything was last year, I mean, everyone was wanting something here.
Yeah.
We had so many people message us asking where to go in the instance of severe weathers. And
my sister, who has a basement, she's even taken in her neighbors. Because they didn't have a place to go to. And so, I mean, which is a wonderful thing, but that's something that she's done to help people in need. And it is a need in our community. And I feel like it is long overdue. And we've talked about this before. We feel like, we have information that supports that FEMA did come and present a opportunity for our school to get a FEMA approved gym.
Yeah.
And
It was a FEMA approved gym and storm shelter.
And our principal at the time, he decided to
Drop the ball.
I don't know if he just dropped the ball and didn't fill out the paperwork, or they just didn't want one there. I don't know the strings attached or involved with that FEMA shelter. Like, we don't know all the details and ins and outs or the decision making process that would bring them to not want to do that. But
that's what happened.
That's what happened, and it would have been a wonderful thing for our community.
And so now that this is present in this, of course, as a Birch Tree community member, we are for that.
Yes, very much so.
We are for that for our kids. We are for that for our community. Because it needs to happen.
It does. It really does. I cannot stress to you guys how much what it feels like to live in a community that doesn't have a shelter, and you don't know if a church is going to be opened or not. You're kind of at the mercy of that person to go open it. And so, you know, it's a horrible feeling when you show up to a place and you expect them to be open and they're not.
Yeah, we've had that happen to us when we lived in Mountain View.
Yeah. So,
So the standard storm shelter that they have there, that normally everyone comes, there was a miscommunication, and the person that was supposed to open up the shelter didn't, and we were in the parking lot, and the doors literally got opened up like right before
the storm hit.
like it was already hitting,
Yeah.
but right before like the wall cloud was going over.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, it was a pretty big storm.
Yeah, when you open the
tornadoes.
door to go in, the whole doors like blew back and blew you back to go in because it was that close and that imminent. So we don't want to be in that situation again. And we were at that parking lot. We had been there for over 10 minutes waiting to go in. So that, you know, situations like that happen if you're not sure who's coming and you're not sure where to go. Sports training facility, 2 classroom additions. LHS, this addition would provide a training facility for all student athletes. Would add classroom space to LHS. It would move the weight room from its current place to a level ground location, because I think the weight room is up top in the gym area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was when we were in school.
I think it still is.
And my kids were in school.
It would move the weight room from its current place to a ground level location, thus elevating the noise and structure concerns from the weights being dropped and opening up the current weight room to be utilized for coaching, offices, and other options.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a good thing.
That is a good thing, but like when we were kids, that weight room was there. So, to me, I don't think that's it. That structure, you know, I don't think that structure-wise, it's not sound. It's been there forever. Like, I mean, unless there's something that went on in the last few years that has deemed it unfit or whatever, I don't think that's a priority.
Would they be getting a bigger facility? Is that what they're
It's
saying?
sounding like it. It would provide a training facility for all students, athletes, and would add classroom space to LHS and would move the weight room from its current place to a level ground location.
So, I mean, extra classrooms.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
it don't need to happen at some point, because
Yeah.
I'm sure it does need to happen. It would be a very good thing. Extra classrooms.
But over AC for the elementary and a storm shelter for Birch Tree.
Or a band room
Yeah.
that takes the band room away from down there.
Near the sinkhole
Yes.
area.
So
Not directly.
again, if this is an extra classroom, I don't know why that's not all rolled into one. Why can't that be the band room as well? Because it's going to be for extra classroom. So I mean, that's just my thinking. I'm just spitballing here. So I think that there is more things that take precedence. Other things that take precedence. The next one is a layered storage. LMS. This would be finding a way to utilize the vacant vertical space in the custodial closet and the gym closet, storage closet. So this would be in LMS, so the middle school. And this would be basically making a janitor closet, a custodial closet, in those other closets in that vertical space. I think it's a very good thing for the custodials to have, or the janitors to have a spot designated for them to put their stuff to keep it safe.
You know what LMS needs more? We hear a roof. They need a roof more than they need a closet.
Yeah, there is some issues.
There's some leaking happening, we hear, and so I think that would be a good thing for them to put funds into, is a roof for the middle school.
Yeah, that's not on this.
That's not on this, no. But that would be a good thing.
But we do know that there's some leaking that happens. So, I mean, even if they could patch it somewhat, if they can't do a whole roof, because, I mean, that would be crazy expensive. But if they could patch it, I think that would be more precedented over some of these issues. But, I mean, again, this is what we have. This is the survey that we have in hand. So, sticking to the survey.
Yeah. So then the last thing is security fencing. We've constructed new fencing around BTE's perimeter and added some student-friendly areas in the district with fencing. But this would be establishing a hardened perimeter around the Liberty Middle School, similar to what all other campuses currently have. It would add a level of safety and security for staff, students, and patrons alike, while offering opportunities for additional outdoor activities to be enjoyed when the weather allows.
So that's a really good one. I feel like that's a really good one because of, like, our elementary students, when it's really nice out, they go outside and they read. And, you know, they're in that safe enclosure. So,
was this the enclosure that was fixed? Is this the new perimeter we get because ours got blowed over by the storm and it took them over a month to fix it? And so they finally fixed it, and now is that what is considered the new perimeter fencing, or did we actually get new perimeter fencing?
I don't know. I think
that is a question that I would like answered.
I think they may have added some area or something to that perimeter fencing, but again, I don't know. That's speculation.
These would be good questions to
be able to ask
and answer.
Context,
get
right?
Answers. Yeah. So security fencing for the LMS, that would be a good thing, because currently I don't know what.
I don't think they have anything.
I don't know what is currently there. And like you said, it would be good to have a space that is completely secure for the children to be able to go into to read or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be good to have an extra barrier there.
Yeah.
You scroll to the bottom of this survey after reading through it.
At least it is a survey and it is there. I mean, I would think how it's supposed to be utilized is
1 through 12.
1 is your top choice.
Yeah, and 12 is your least.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a good thing that they're seeking our opinions, and we are getting a say in anything at this point. So we are giving credit for that, and where credit is due.
For sure. Even though, you know, there is some flawed things in the approach of doing this, because you don't know how much each one of these projects are going to cost, and the actual feasibility of being able to do that with the budget that we have.
And there's no context on some of the stuff, so like we don't know where those buildings even are. So
some of these projects are going to cost way more than other projects.
Yes. Yeah, so if you're doing them from most costly to least costly, that might be.
Yeah, and do they have, and so then another thing is are they going to get grants for some of these projects?
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be possible for some of these
Yeah,
projects?
because at one time they had that grant for that FEMA shelter, so in that new gym.
When Mr. Bennett was principal, yeah.
So if they can get grants for some of these items, I think that would be a great thing and could potentially take it off the table if they're able to get grants for that, right?
Mm-hmm. And then essentially, if they were able to get grants for one of these, maybe they could get grants for two, and then two would be able to be done, versus just one of these. Mm-hmm. And see, like this is another question, like projection wise, are they wanting to do two of these, or are they wanting to do one? And like we said, like the security doors and the security code updating, we feel like those things go hand in hand. So,
anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap this up now, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.